to the House.
Todd McClay.
Mr Speaker, thank you. It gives me a pleasure to rise and speak on this bill, the Fair Trading Soliciting on behalf of Charities Amendment Bill, brought to the House originally by the very capable Member of Parliament, Amy Adams, who now has become a Minister and to be directed through the House by our Senior Whip. Can I say to Ms Adams, congratulations, another member who's successful when it comes to members' bills, the same as the last bill that was up, Mr Bakshi. I wish all members on the opposite side of the House success with their bids that may be in as well.
How about voting in favour of some?
Oh, well, to the government whip, I will be voting in favour of this one. And in fact, this is the first time I've addressed Mr Hipkins since he became whip. May I wish him more success than the last member that had the seat who also had red hair. But can I say to him that, can I say to members opposite, this is a very important piece of legislation. I see my friends in New Zealand First enjoyed that last one. Can I say this is a very important piece of legislation for many reasons? Charities do a very important job in our communities, and they are very active in many of our communities. For the majority of these charities, they are volunteers who are involved. And every day New Zealanders get up and go out and help out. They do good in our communities, do a wonderful job, and our communities are richer for their effort. And I want to, on behalf of all members on this side of the House at least, thank them for their efforts. Where this stops and falls down, Mr Speaker, is where people will go out and impugn their good reputation and will go out and undertake some activities that charities do without the positive and good effect. And we've seen in the newspapers, we've probably all heard in our communities, at least those of us who have electorate seats would have seen in our communities when we speak to our constituents, that there is a great effort made to support these charities, but people are becoming increasingly concerned about those who may act fraudulently, who may not have the communities or the charities' best interests at heart, or who may take too much from the activity that they're doing. If somebody provides some money, they want as much of it, if not all of it, to go to that good work. I've, over the last couple of years, as the local Member of Parliament for Rotorua, done a lot of work with the people of SPCA in Rotorua, a fantastic charity. They do a wonderful job, Mr Speaker, on behalf of many of us. And most people in our community have something to do with the SPCA one way or another. They go along and support them and donate to them, or they go along and look for animals with them, or sadly they abuse their animals and the SPCA have to pick up that slack and go and care for them and to help out. And I would hope that every single person that donates to the SPCA in Rotorua does so knowing that the funds will be used with the intent that they give them. Well, I think this piece of legislation takes a huge leap forward, and I congratulate again Amy Adams for researching this, for listening to her constituents, for drafting a bill and then having the fortitude and good luck to bring it through the bill process and bring it to this House so there can be more clarity, but more than that, some important rules and laws around this to control the conduct of those who may not have the best interests of these charities at heart when they go out and work on their behalf. I want to finish here, Mr Speaker, and recognise the work of the last committee and the last chairperson of the committee, Ms Dalziel, and say that I think the committee did a very good job with this piece of legislation, some 25 or 30 submissions. They took their time to make sure they heard it properly and got it right. I agree with Ms Adams that it is important that we deal with it now, rather than waiting for another piece of legislation. We have legislation before the Committee on around Consumer Law Reform, so we will have an opportunity to consider it further, but I think this is a wonderful piece of legislation. And as Ms Dalziel, the Honourable Ms Dalziel said, there are two Amy Adams to our knowledge in this world, one an actor or actress, the other now a minister. Can I say they're both very talented people, one of them probably more talented than the other, and that's the Minister Amy Adams. Well done for her bringing to this to House. Thank you.
Claire Curran.
Thank you, Mr Speaker.